Welcome, noble men. In the red pill demographic, it is very common for people to give you everything you should be avoiding in a woman, commonly referred to as red flags. What a lot of these guys won't tell you is that if you focus on red flags, you will only be looking for red flags and therefore only attracting women who have these red flags. Most people don't understand the power of thought and how we're all connected on a subconscious level. I might make a few videos on why this is important in a general sense, but today I want to shift your focus on dwelling on red flags and shift them to things you should be focusing on when attracting your ideal partner. It is important that you focus on what you do want instead of focusing on what you don't want, because your reality doesn't care if you want it or not. What you focus on will persist. For example, if you hate your job and you focus on every reason why you do, you will inevitably focus on those traits, and not only will they persist, you will find more reasons you hate your job. If you focus on not hating your job, you will find more reasons why it isn't that bad, and when you feel it is time to move on from it, you will more than likely find another opportunity that will be better for you and grow to be even more satisfying. I don't want to compare women to jobs, but it's the same. If all you think women have to offer is baby daddies, purple hair, and not wanting kids, you will surround yourself with more of these women. Although they may be a great lay, obviously, they shouldn't be your ideal candidate to pass your genetics down to your kids. Instead, you should look for these 7 traits I'm about to give you. Focus on these instead of what you don't want in women, and your dating life will shift. But before I get into these 7 desirable traits, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and comment on what traits you find desirable in a woman beyond nice bobs and vagin low. And hit the bell icon so you can get all this valuable content instantly. First and foremost, we start with if the girl is showing effort in nurturing the relationship. If the woman is bored, obviously, the intensity and attraction will begin to die off. When you guys go through turbulent times, she is showing she is still interested and not blowing you off. She is showing that she wants to nurture this relationship as much as she possibly can. Knowing with a doubt that she accepts you no matter what is very important. In public, she is not afraid to show you off and makes it clear that she is yours. Most men play themselves and don't take this first green flag into consideration. And chances are, if you don't value engagement from her, that you are not the only man in the picture. Maintaining interest and that fire that brought you two together should always be a priority. She should be just as engaged as you are. Number 2, she is willing to compromise. Typically in a dysfunctional relationship, she wears the pants and everything has to be her way or the highway. If she doesn't compromise, she will throw toddler temper tantrums, and you will grow a dissatisfaction toward her, resulting in an inevitable breakup. However, what you want is to look for somebody to compromise in various situations. For example, if you guys are on a date, let her pick the movie and she lets you pick where to eat. Then later bang her brains out. This is a recipe for a successful date. It shows she's willing to sacrifice for you. Remember, she wants you to take the lead. It shows you are capable of leading, which in turn earns her respect. And as mentioned in a video a few days ago, respect is the foundation of a functional relationship. If she is not willing to submit to your leadership, chances are you're a weak leader or she has some serious daddy issues. Ditch her. Number 3, she listens. Not many guys are capable of earning enough respect from a woman for her to actively listen to you. And no, I don't mean giving her direction like a dog. What I mean is kind of what I mentioned in the first green flag. Engagement. When she actively listens to what you have to say, it shows she is interested in your inner world and what makes you, you. In actively listening, instead of it being just her yapping away, she gives you time to express thought and make space for you in conversation. Also, when she listens, she more than likely picks up on little things that you like and makes the relationship more personal and fun. Things like your favorite alcoholic beverage or something to do with your hobbies. It's as important she knows you like the back of her hand for your relationship to truly be functional. Number 4, self-awareness. This is important to have no matter who you are, and somebody who is actually self-aware must be treasured. Lack of self-awareness is often the precursor to regretful behavior. A woman who lacks self-awareness has the inability to think for herself and is easily impressionable. Very likely that she's been through quite the lengthy who phase. A woman with self-awareness not only knows what she deserves, but also is in tune with her emotions, goals, dreams, fears, and patterns. The right girl will have the ability to admit to her mistakes, which is crucial for avoiding argumentative conflict. Number 5. She is empathetic. In case you don't know, empathy is the ability to understand and relate to another person's emotions. Inherently, this is considered a feminine trait, yet some women seem to lack this trait. The more broken she is of a person, the more she lacks empathy. If she does show she is empathetic, she will not only be in tune with her emotions like we talked about with self-awareness, but she will also be in tune with yours. She will be able to support you when you are down, even when you stubbornly deny the fact you may be feeling defeated. She will recognize when you are truly thrilled and satisfied. Side note, if she has a very high EQ, it makes sex more enjoyable. I will not explain. Finding you a shorty with a high EQ is a must and definitely something to look for when you are considering putting a ring on it. A man can't face the world alone, and it is even mentioned in the Bible as so. A woman who is able to understand you entirely may be perfect to have in your back pocket during your conquest for conquering the world. Number 6. Vulnerability. Your woman needs to be vulnerable. If she shuts you out easily, you are dealing with a woman unprepared to take on a relationship. If she is truly vulnerable, she will be able to form secure attachments and not be a pestering nuisance. She will be very open to how she feels about you and make sure you know it too. Vulnerability opens up a whole new level of intimacy that wouldn't be accessed otherwise. Biologically, men are wired to be respected and women are wired to be loved. In order for her to meet her basic biological need of feeling loved, she needs to be able to open up and be very expressive of her emotions. Lastly, number 7. She doesn't impede on your personal life. As a man, it is important that you have the space necessary to conquer the world set in front of you. When you have a nagging partner, you are distracted, and this is not really possible. Instead, you find yourself conquering a woman who is unable to be conquered. A complete waste of time. A woman who doesn't impede on your personal life only supports you and gives you the space you need to do what you have to do. She will strengthen your independence and individuality, which will only increase your ability to lead. In the end, that's all she really wants is for you to lead, and a good woman will do everything she can to make sure you can do it properly. In an unhealthy relationship that I know you guys may be familiar with, the man is often asking permission from his wife to do things like help his neighbor who just got shot or something. It's ridiculous. A highly valued man does not ask for permission for anything, and women will respect this about you if done right. That's all I have for you guys today, and like I said, I wanted to talk about this because figures in the red pill space often talk about everything you need to avoid. These guys don't really understand human psychology very well, because what you fight to avoid often persists. If you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe, and comment on what you find desirable in a woman. See you next video, and stay hungry, noble men.